Hey everybody, and welcome to the weekly scopes from the 9th of July right up until the 15th of July. Okay, so on the 9th of July, Mercury is making a trine to Neptune, which is known for bringing a dreamy outlook to our lives. So this transit can inspire creative thinking, artistic expression, but it can also lead to a lack of focus and practicality as well. The power of intuition may be increased during this time. This can lead to a greater emotion or spiritual awareness. However, it's important to remain grounded and avoid getting lost in daydreams, especially those that can distract you from your responsibilities. On the positive side, Mercury trine Neptune can be a great opportunity for artistic appreciation and creativity. It's also a good time to explore music, poetry, film, or other forms of creative expression as well, and be inspired by new ideas and ways of thinking. Also, this energy encourages a more open-minded approach to life, but it's also important to balance these creative activities with practical responsibilities and avoid being swept away by unrealistic fantasies. Overall, Mercury trine Neptune can be a beautiful and inspiring time, but it requires a balance of creativity and logical groundedness to truly make the most of it. Okay, so on the 10th of July, the moon enters void of course at 2:48 a.m. and this is the time that astrologers says that it's best to put off important things, especially if you feel sort of like affected by this energy of your strong water sign energy. So Neptune, Pisces, Scorpio, sort of like Pluto, sort of Cancer energy or moon energy in your chart. Also, the moon enters its last quarter moon phase as well, so this is a great energy to evaluate your goals and see if they align with your intentions. If not, it's time to let go of them and make space for new opportunities. And if you check out the playlist, there's a longer audio where I talk more about the do's and don'ts for the last quarter moon phase. Also, the moon enters Aries today at 2:29 p.m. So when the moon's in Aries, you may feel a strong surge of energy that will push you forwards towards achieving your goals. It's a good time to shake off any stagnation or hesitation and go after what you really want with intention. Don't be afraid to take risks and be bold in your actions and goals. This is the time to channel your inner warrior and charge ahead. Also today, Mars makes a trine to the moon's north node, so this increases this sense of confidence that the moon in Aries brings and assertiveness in your goals, and sort of like giving us the energy to go after opportunities and growth in our careers and personal plans. Still, it's mindful and important not to become too aggressive or impulsive in your actions during this transit. On the other hand, today as well, Mercury is making opposition to Pluto, so this can bring about challenges in communication and relationships, as well as misunderstandings, power struggles and issues of trust and honesty. So it's important to approach conversations today and interactions with cautions and ask for clarity when need be. It's also beneficial to be aware of any hidden agendas or manipulative behaviour from others and from yourself, and respect other people's boundaries as well. While this transit can be difficult, it can also bring about transformation and growth in our relationships and personal beliefs. So yeah, that's the 10th of July. On the 11th of July, Mercury makes a square with the moon's north node, and this happens when Mercury forms a challenging aspect with the north node of the moon, which represents our karmic path and life purpose. So the negative points of this transit can come about as communication breakdowns, misunderstandings and difficulties with technology or transportation. People may experience more delays or setbacks in their plans, making it difficult for them to move forward with their projects or goals. Also, this transit can bring up past issues or conflicts that need to be resolved before progress can be made. The best use of this transit is to use it as an opportunity to reflect on our communication patterns and how they may be, stopping, hindering our growth. By taking time to reevaluate and improve your communication skills, you can overcome the challenges presented by this transit and move towards your karmic path. Life goes with more clarity and understanding. On the 12th of July, the moon enters void of course at 1:30 p.m. and then enters Taurus at 9:28. So when the moon's in Taurus, we can expect a time of indulgence and pleasure seeking. The bull's energy encourages us to slow down and enjoy life's luxuries and savour every moment. So it's a good transit to use to treat yourself to a nice meal, drink, indulge in a spa day, or simply cuddling up with a good book or with your lover and a glass of wine or pop or water, whatever your favourite drink is. The Taurus moon can bring about a sense of comfort and stability. It's important to avoid overindulging and becoming too attached to material possessions. This transit can also bring out a stubborn side, making it hard for you to compromise, so it's a good time to practice patience and compromise. Overall, the best use of the Taurus moon is to embrace its grounded sensual energy and staying mindful of your limits and priorities. So go ahead and enjoy life's pleasures, but remember to keep a level head and stay true to yourself. Also, today's transit is Venus Quinquats Neptune. So on one hand, this transit can bring about a sense of confusion and uncertainty when it comes to matters of love and relationships. Neptune's influence can cloud your judgment and make it difficult for you to see situations clearly, causing you to have unrealistic ideas about love that can cloud your rational thinking during this period. So you may find yourself feeling more emotional and vulnerable than usual, which can lead to misunderstandings and disappointment in romantic relationships. But on a deeper level, this transit presents an opportunity for you to deepen your spiritual connection and tap into your intuition. By letting go of your attachment to certain outcomes, you can open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences. This transit can also inspire creative imagination, making it a great time for artistic projects and exploring new interests as well, whether it be music, writing or painting. This transit encourages us to explore our spiritual and more imaginative side and connect with our intuition as well. So it's important to approach this transit with awareness and mindfulness so that the negative effects can be minimized and the positive effects can be fully embraced as well. By staying grounded in reality and channeling emotions in productive ways, this transit can bring about a time of personal growth and creative inspiration. Overall, the best use of this transit is to practice mindfulness and stay open to the universe's guidance. On the 13th of July, the moon enters its balsamic moon phase. This happens just before the new moon. So during this phase, the moon appears as a small silver sliver in the sky, and it brings a sort of unique energy that can be both beneficial and challenging. On the positive side, it's a good energy to use for reflection, letting go of old patterns and habits that no longer serve you, and focus on releasing, emotional baggage and clearing space, physical space in your mind or in your home for new beginnings and getting rid of clutter and decluttering and all of that. Also, negatively, it brings its challenges such as feelings of sadness, loneliness and uncertainty. So it's important to be gentle with yourself during this time and to give yourself permission to rest and recharge. The best use of this energy is to engage in activities that support your inner growth and healing, such as meditation, journaling and spending time in nature. This phase is also good for, divination practices such as tarot or oracle readings, burning incense, or, getting in touch with your higher self in some other way as well. Doing things that can help you gain insight and guidance for the upcoming new moon. Overall, the balsamic moon phase is a powerful time for personal growth and transformation if approached with intention and awareness. The moon enters void of course at 9:06 p.m. tonight as well. So, this is the time when the astrologers say put off important things. Also today, the sun is making a Sesquiquadrate with Saturn, which can bring about a sense of challenging circumstances. So, it indicates a potential conflict with authority figures or power struggles with institutional structures or governments, or just going through red tape, even if it's in your own workplace. This can cause difficulties in gaining access to key individuals that can help you with any problems you may be having right now. So delays in reaching them or in communication and stuff like that can cause frustration. Sun, and especially also you may have some challenges in achieving your goals and objectives today. This transit can also bring destructive events or separations, which can be emotionally challenging as well. So it's essential to remain patient and persevere, keep on going in the face of obstacles, as success is still possible through the correct channels and with the necessary efforts. And although you may think, oh, I want to take a shortcut, it's probably best not to do it, and know that, you know, if a relationship comes to an end right now, or seems like it's coming to an end, you know, rather than trying to force a response or, you know, make the situation worse, it may be best to, you know, walk away and just give each other and everyone else involved some space. This transit of Saturn making a sesquiquadrate with the Sun is a reminder for us to focus on the bigger picture and to work within existing structures to achieve our goals, rather than attempting to go against, you know, established sort of like norms. It's a time to be cautious, especially when dealing with authority figures, and to avoid any actions that may be perceived as confrontational or rebellious. However, the Sun is also making a sextile to Uranus, which is kind of like the co-ruler of Saturn as well. So this energy will just make some of you be like, I don't want to follow the rules, you know. So today is full of contradictory energy, but that's astrology for you. So in general, it's a good aspect because it allows us to be innovative and to be radical and be destructive. But the negative end of that is that we can be too radical, too destructive, you know, wanting to break free from tradition and order and structure, and this can lead to unforeseen consequences and resistance from others who stop you in achieving your goals as well. There's also risk of impulsive and impatient behaviour, and I said earlier, this day calls us to be patient is the best way to handle any challenges that come up during the next couple of days. And think about before you make hasty decisions, because you may not have thought about the consequences and rushed through with them, and this can cause, you know, negative outcomes as well. So it's important that the balance for change is balanced with practicality and logic and consideration of the potential impact of your actions today as well. But that being said, the best use of this energy of the Sun sextile to Uranus is to be innovative, be creative, think about new ways, take risks and experiment with new ideas and approaches to living, but, you know, also be respectful of other people's boundaries and try to work within the rules as much as you can as well. So it's a good time to embrace your individuality, break free from conventional thinking and conforming as well, and to, you know, explore exciting territory and new ways of doing it, because the Sun sextile Uranus is supporting that and is a positive opportunity to bring about positive change and push the boundaries of what other people, or even of what you think yourself, is possible. On the 14th of July, Mercury is making a quincunx to Saturn, and this can be a challenging time. Mercury represents communication and mental activity, while Saturn represents restriction, discipline and responsibility. When these two planets form a quincunx aspect, there may be a clash between our desire for freedom of expression and the need for structure and rules. This is a time when serious and realistic thinking is required, which can be both practical and productive. However, at its worst, this transit can lead to sort of like a narrow and pessimistic thinking, which can be detrimental to your overall mindset. During this transit, miscommunications are also possible, and there may be issues with communication or transportation delays, so just plan extra time and be patient as well and stay focused, because, you know, it can be easy to become frustrated when you kind of like blocked and obstacles to you achieving your goals come. Also, you know, it's important to take responsibility for your actions and decisions right now, as this transit can bring about a sense of accountability and seriousness to your thought processes. Despite any challenges that come up today, the best use of this transit is to approach problems with a practical and solution orientated mindset, you know, thinking how can I solve this issue, and to use this time to make realistic plans and decisions for your future. This transit is a perfect opportunity for growth and learning. as it requires us to reassess our communication patterns and find ways to express ourselves more cleanly and efficiently within the boundaries of structure and discipline. And this can lead to a deeper understanding of our own communication styles and a greater respect for authority figures in our lives. And we may be also able to learn to be more patient and persistent in achieving our goals, as Saturn demands hard work and perseverance, keeping it going even though times look a bit rough. And overall, Mercury quinquat Saturn can be a challenging but transformative aspect that can lead to personal growth and development. On the 15th of July, the moon enters Gemini, so when the moon is making its way through Gemini, it's time to buckle up for a wild ride, because Gemini's quick-witted and adaptable energy can feel like you can conquer the world. On the upside, the moon in Gemini brings a surge of intellectual curiosity and communication skills. It's a perfect time to dive deep into research, have meaningful conversations and express yourself with more ease. However, you have to be mindful of the downside of Gemini's restlessness that can lead to scattered energy and lack of focus. So use this transit to your advantage by finding balance and staying grounded while embracing the adventure that comes with Gemini's playful spirit. So today's transit is Jupiter is making a SemiSquare to Neptune. This can be challenging because on the negative side, this can cause an increase in confusion, uncertainty and disillusionment. Jupiter represents expansion and growth, and Neptune represents spirituality and illusion. So the semi-square aspect between these two can create tension and conflict, leading to unrealistic expectations and disappointments. So yeah, one of the most biggest and bad points of this transit is the tendency to have unrealistic expectations and a desire to profit without putting in the necessary effort, and this can lead to financial mismanagement and even ruin, especially if you fell prey to deception or scams. So watch out for bets or get rich schemes and stuff. Sometimes you may be desperate for money, but getting yourself involved in certain things can make you more worse off than what you are now. So just be cautious. Not saying that good opportunities to make money are not out there, but just be careful that you're not viewing life through rose tinted glasses right now, because people can become overly optimistic and ignore red flags or potential pitfalls, and this can lead to poor decision making and causing you heartache. Also, this transit can exuberate your sense of being right, which can lead to extremism in belief and action. So people, my way is the right way, your way is the wrong way. So just watch out for that, knowing that everyone's got an opinion, and not to force your beliefs on others, because you can become passionate and try to do that under this influence as well. And also people can be greedy for money and power and intoxicating substances, which is also another manifestation of this transit, which can lead to unsustainable and unethical practices as well. So just check the facts, and if you can't stay grounded, try and go to a trusted friend or someone else who can help you right now as well. Positively, Jupiter's semi-square to Neptune gives us an increased sense of empathy, intuition and creativity, allowing us to explore our spiritual beliefs and to connect with the divine higher power. It can also enhance our artistic and imaginative abilities, making it a good time to pursue creative projects and engage in activities that allow us to express ourselves. Also, this transit can bring about opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery as we navigate the tension and conflicts between our ideals and reality. So that's the main thing, being realistic and being able to separate between facts and fiction right now. So in summary, caution is advised for navigating this transit to avoid the potential pitfalls and negative consequences that it may bring. It's important to be aware, of the potential for misunderstandings and miscommunication during this transit, and to avoid making major decisions based solely on idealistic or unrealistic beliefs. So fact check is the key theme also. So it's important to stay grounded in reality and focus on practical solutions rather than getting lost in dreams and fantasies right now. So yeah, that was the weekly scopes from the 9th of July right up until the 15th of July. Take care and see you next week.